Hey ladies, good afternoon. We are going to talk about color matching. Did you know that 80% of women wear the wrong shade? So it's no wonder that so many of you out there said that that's the thing you worry the most about or have the hardest time finding out. So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to find your exact foundation shade. So the first thing we're going to look at is your skin tone and undertone. So our skin has a color to it, obviously, right? And that falls into categories: light, medium, fair, dark, deep, right? And that's pretty obvious. What our skin also has is something called an undertone. An undertone is the tint to your skin. And those tints fall into three categories. You've got your cool undertones, and this is where your skin has a pink or blue tint to it. You've got your warm undertones, and this category is when your skin has a yellow or green olive undertone to it. And then there's some of you who fall into a neutral undertone, and it's sort of in between or doesn't quite fit into either one of those categories. It's a very neutral shade. And those are your three undertones. But it can be kind of confusing as to figure out exactly what your undertone is. So what I like to do is ask a couple of questions. The first question I ask, especially with those of you who are on the fairer and lighter side, this is a great question to ask, is do you, in the summertime, burn? Do you burn and then get some color? Or do you just go straight to tan? Now, me, I'm a medium to dark skin tone, and I go straight to tan. I don't really burn, I just tan. And that tells me that I've got a warm undertone. Now, if you get out in the sun and immediately you burn, you are pretty much guaranteed to be a cool undertone. And there are some of you out there who burn and then get a bit of color, or you think you do. This is where I ask, now, do you really get lots of color after you burn? Or is it just your burns kind of healing, so it's picked up a little bit of that color, but you really haven't tanned? Because then you're a cool undertone. But if you have gone out in the sun, you burn, and then you pick up a lot of color afterwards, then you're going to be a neutral undertone. And so that question is a great way to help narrow it down. Another question that I like to ask to supplement that, and especially works for some of the more medium, darker skin tones, is to take a look at your forearm. Okay, you've heard of this before. It's the vein trick. But the trick is not to look here, okay? We're very light here, but it's to actually look more in your forearm, which is closer to your natural color. So you take a look at the area sort of halfway between your arm and your elbow, and you take a look at the veins there. I've got some good veins here. And take a look to see what color they are. Now, if they are blue or almost like a reddish purple, then you're going to know that those are cool undertones, guaranteed. Now, if they look really green, that's going to tell you that you have a more warm undertone. And if it's kind of hard to tell, or you've got, and now this is sort of similar to me, where you've got some green and blue, you could have some neutral undertones there. Those two things help to determine your undertone, and that's really important in choosing your shade, because most foundations out there, including Uniques, will have a variety of shades in your skin color: fair, light, medium, dark, deep, because they will have undertones to them. Those foundations will have a tint to them. Usually it'll be cool, warm, and some will have also a neutral. So now that you know what your skin color is and your skin undertone, what do you do with that information? So it helps you to narrow down the foundation choices that you're looking at. The next thing to do, obviously, is to get that perfect match. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is that they look at their face to match their foundation. I know that sounds really odd, but most people check their foundation colors to match it to their cheeks. Now, as women, we run high when it comes to our hormones. We just have more in our body. And hormones, especially estrogen, can make our face redder, can bring out the red. And in some cases, when you've got very high levels of estrogen, it can cause cause melasma, which is hyperpigmentation. So our face is much redder than the rest of our body, often making us think that we have a cooler undertone than we do, or maybe are darker than we actually are. So the best place to check and to match foundation is actually on your chest, your décollage. Not even your neck, because your neck often doesn't get sun because of the angles and stuff. So I actually recommend looking at this region right here. This is going to be the closest match to your skin color. Now you can take those shades, let's say you are looking at a fair shade and you think you're going to be a cool undertone, but you could be neutral. Go ahead and apply that foundation on your chest. Foundation, when it's the perfect match, it's gonna disappear right on you. And when it's not your right undertone, you're gonna be able to tell more. You're gonna see that it immediately makes you warmer if it's too warm for you, or pinker if it's too much of a cool undertone for you. The next thing you also want to do when you look at your skin and you're wearing foundation is to find some natural light. If you're going out into a shop somewhere, make sure you go look by the window. If it's indoors in a mall, maybe they'll have some special lighting, but you really maybe take a picture and check it out outside, because you really want to see, or go outside and take a picture. You really want to see yourself in natural light. The best thing I would say is go by a window in your house where there's sunlight coming through, but it's not directly on your face. Take a look, face the window, okay? So that light is coming on you, just like I am right now. This is natural light. I'm sitting in natural light right now. It's bright outside, and I can see the natural light. This is gonna give me the closest lighting to show the best color match, okay? So there you've got it. You've got your skin color, which is light, fair, medium, dark, deep, and those undertones, which is cool, warm, or neutral. You take those two things, combine it, and it's going to help you narrow down your foundation color. Compare those colors to your skin on your chest. Match it to your skin here, and that's what's going to get you natural looking foundation, because you can go for a darker shade. Your face could look beautiful, your makeup could be wonderful, but when your skin color doesn't match here and here, it becomes very obvious and it doesn't look so natural, because obviously we don't wear makeup on our body. And so if we want to look really natural and make our makeup look almost like we don't have any on, that our skin is just even and flawless, you want to match to your body. Another trick that you can do is turn your face this way. And you look at your shoulder, look at your face, and look at your chest, and compare the three to get that really, color that matches all three. And again, I'm here for you guys, so if you still aren't sure about colors, because it can be difficult, easiest thing to do, take a picture of yourself, makeup free in some natural light, just like this, and put it in the comments below, or shoot me a private message, and I am here to help you determine what your perfect shade might be. If you have any questions, please comment below, and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.